For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Reptilians is the end of our extraterrestrial occupiers near. Resistance against them grows with each passing year. The topics of the existence of reptilians among us and the negative effects they have on our planet and humanity have been among the most widely discussed in esoteric circles over the last few decades. You may already be tired of reading conspiracy theories about them, or perhaps this is the first time you are hearing about these reptile-like extraterrestrial beings. In short, according to some, they are nothing more than a product of a wild imagination, while for others they are undoubtedly representatives of a powerful extraterrestrial civilization. Various hypotheses exist regarding the origin and diversity of reptilian species inhabiting Earth and the cosmos. They are also called reptoids, lizard people, simply lizards, dragons, winged serpents, and more. Some appear in their authentic form with scaly green skin, yellow-green eyes, and a height of 2.5 meters. Others assume human form and outwardly cannot be distinguished from any of us. According to conspiracy theorist David Icke, it is the lizards who control Earth. Their representatives regularly transform into human bodies of influential political and other ruling figures, thus exercising control over what happens on the planet. There is even a theory that reptilians kill certain powerful individuals and then replace them with clones. Among the names thought to be reptilians are George Bush, Barack Obama, Queen Elizabeth II, and much of the British royal family, along with many other political elites. Also, many of the most popular show business stars, such as Madonna, Prince, Angelina Jolie, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and many others. There are several characteristic traits of reptilians disguised in bio-suits, human bodies, lower average body temperature, lower average blood pressure. Many are said to have an additional transitional vertebra in the spine, particularly sensitive to daylight, preferring shade and darker atmospheres, often born with a negative Rh factor, Rh in their blood type, which is also typical for many other extraterrestrial life forms. Only about 5% of Earth's population has R. Emotionally, reptilians differ from the rest of humanity because they are devoid of empathy. You may even recognize some of these traits in yourself or someone close to you. It is important to note that despite their strongly negative nature and the harmful effects they generally exert on Earth and humanity, there are also benevolent beings among the dragons. Still, the forces of evil and dark intentions prevail among them. That is why today we examine how humanity might resist and free itself from the presence and interference of reptilians in our lives. The most powerful weapon of these reptilian extraterrestrials against humans is their ability to use illusion while hiding in dimensions invisible to us. But as our planet enters increasingly high frequency vibrations, many phenomena previously hidden are beginning to be revealed. More and more people report seeing strange extraterrestrial forms and beings with their own eyes. For this reason, reptilians can no longer remain so deeply concealed from human sight. And this does not only mean physical vision, but also the inner awakening and awareness of a growing number of people. This awakening leads us to ever greater knowledge and the development of abilities such as clairvoyance, strong intuition, telepathy, and more. These heightened vibrations help us increasingly to cleanse negative energy both within and outside ourselves. In this way, we more easily withstand the attacks of hostile cosmic beings. Moreover, the truth about who came here as to Earth and why is becoming clearer every year. Other means through which the reptilians deliberately lower our vibrational frequencies include GMO foods, chemicals used to treat food and water, pharmaceutical products, and other goods that flood the consumer market, ufologists claim. They add that it is precisely through these that the lizards exercise control over our thoughts and bodies. Our ability to see reptilians and other extraterrestrial life forms, however, is not entirely safe, researchers warn. If we are not mentally prepared for such an encounter and fear such supernatural phenomena, it can prove destructive to our psyche. Fear drastically lowers our vibrations, making us vulnerable to outside attacks and influences. According to people who claim to have had encounters with reptilians, these beings have the ability to instantly change their formless appearance. For this reason, they are often called shapeshifters. Witnesses say that for a moment you may glimpse tribal markings on their neck or face, or notice slit pupils instead of round ones in their eyes, or even completely black eyes without the white sclera typical of humans. 10 things you should know about the reptilian conspiracy. The theory of lizard people is not backed by facts, but many believe in it. You may not have heard of the reptilian elite lizard people who, together with the Illuminati, rule the world. The idea originated with former BBC Sports journalist David Icke, who proclaimed himself the Son of God, and in his 1999 book, The Biggest Secret. The book that will change the world claimed that society is ruled by humanoid reptilians. It may sound like an unbelievable conspiracy theory, but at least 12 million Americans believe in the existence of reptilians. In short, it is a kind of global backstage power. Of course, you will not find facts supporting the theory, but nothing prevents you from learning about it a bit more in depth as general knowledge. The site Top 10s Net provides information on the 10 important aspects of the reptilian conspiracy theory. The origin. There are 2 theories about the origin of reptilians. One is that they evolved on Earth, then left after discovering intergalactic travel, and returned millions of years later. Others believe they came from the Draco constellation thousands of years ago and mixed with humans. They also began interbreeding, altering our genetic code. The mixing had a double effect. They changed our DNA so we could not use the full capacity of our brains and could be more easily controlled. On the other hand, humans with altered DNA can be controlled remotely by reptilians living in the fourth dimension. Having power in every country, the reptilians created a world prison in which people do not even realize they are living, much like the Matrix. This prison was created by drawing borders between states, leading to endless wars and conflicts. Another way they control us is by distracting us with media, entertainment, and politics. In addition, they have made humans stupid and lazy by poisoning food, air, and water. The hierarchy, according to Ike, their society is also structured. They are divided into two classes, purebloods and hybrids. Pureblood reptilians can change their appearance between lizard and human form, but they have no problem remaining in reptilian form because they emit vibrations that make us perceive them as human. Hybrids do not know they are reptilian, but are controlled by reptilians from the fourth dimension to lead humanity toward the so-called New World Order. Within these two types, there are also different races. At the top are the Draco-reptilians, who are winged albinos. Beneath them are the reptoids, who lack wings and have brown or green skin. Reptoids are soldiers and scientists, responsible for secret government programs. How to spot them? What purebloods and hybrids have in common is that they most often disguise themselves as members of the Caucasian race, with piercing eyes, green, hazel, or sometimes blue, but they can change their color. They also have low blood pressure and unexplained scars. Their behavior is also somewhat strange. They lack empathy, do not easily show love, are highly intelligent, and have a passion for space and science. But if you are desperately trying to find them, you might. YouTube is full of videos of people claiming to have spotted them. Those thought to be reptilians, many famous people are believed to be reptilians. Among them are members of the Rockefeller family, the British royal dynasty Windsor, U.S. presidents like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George Bush Sr. and Jr., Abraham Lincoln, as well as Marilyn Monroe, Pocahontas, Princess Diana, and Dracula. Celebrities such as Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and Miley Cyrus are also considered reptilians. You, too, might be one without even suspecting it. Blood is very important to reptilians. They consume it, as well as parts of the human brain, preferably children's brains, because they are not full of toxins like those of adults. They can be tracked through their bloodlines. It is believed that around 4800 BC, hybrids descended from the mountains in Turkey, Iran, and Kurdistan, and founded the early civilizations of Sumer, Egypt, Babylon, and the Indus Valley. The Bible as proof of their existence. Ike points to many passages in the Bible. One of the most famous stories is the fall of man. In Genesis, Adam and Eve are expelled from Eden because Eve was tempted by a reptile. Ike claims this marked a change in the relationship between reptilians and humans. Until then, they walked freely among humans, and people knew of their existence. But at some point, they began to hide and started interbreeding. In reptilian mythology, this moment is known as the schism. Serpent symbolism worldwide. Ike points to the fact that many civilizations had reptile, like gods or demigods, and not to mention how many nations have legends of dragons hire reptilians. He believes these stories date back to the time before the schism, when reptilians imparted spiritual knowledge to humans. Reptilians and the Greys. It is believed that reptilians are connected to an extraterrestrial race known as the Greys. According to mysterious conspiracist Jason Bishop Athru, the Greys are controlled by the reptilians, with the hierarchy being Draco-reptilians, ordinary reptilians, Greys, and humans. Reptilians and the Illuminati. The Illuminati are another secret society, which some theorists claim is controlled by reptilians. According to Stuart Swerdlow's book Blue Blood, True Blood, Conflict and Creation, there are 13 royal Illuminati families, with the leader of the Illuminati called Pindar, which stands for Pinnacle of Draco, a pure-blood reptilian. Swerdlow claims that for centuries Pindar has been a representative of the Rothschild family, and that the other 12 families are also reptilian. But the people who support the 13 families, the so-called Committee of 300, are not reptilian. The committee supports the families while controlling the most powerful human organizations like the CIA, Interpol, the Mafia, and many others. Their goal. The big question about the reptilian conspiracy is, what is their goal and why are they on Earth? There are serious debates. Some believe it is because they need our gold to stabilize the atmosphere of their own planet. Another theory is that they seek power and control and want to be rulers. A third theory, related to reptilians in the fourth dimension, suggests their goal is for humanity to suffer and live in conflict. The reason? They feed on negative energy such as jealousy, fear, and anger.